Hello, and welcome to another Kaiju OC Profile. Today's monster is a monster of historical means. You would think that a monster like this would never exist. A species of large reptilian-like creatures. Ladies and gentlemen, I give you the monster of tragedy, Zogara. Yeah, we're good. Exile here with another Kaiju OC Profile. And today we're going to be taking a look at Zimzilla's Zogara. I'm hoping I'm pronouncing that right. But yeah, this is a good friend of mine's Kaiju OC. And yeah, we're just going to be taking a look at it. So without further ado, let's just step right into stats and abilities. His height is 35 to 120 meters, length at 70 to 220 meters, weight at 350 to 65,000 metric tons. His abilities include the Tekic Malberg. I don't even know if I'm pronouncing it right, man. I'm sorry. Death Fire, Ovum Crest Wave, Dragon Quest Crest Wave, Volvum Pulse, Dragon Pulse, Aaliyah, a Volvum Judgment Dragon. It's Divine Teleportation. I have to admit, I don't think I pronounced them right. I have a feeling I pronounced them very shittily. But you could just tell me in the comments, man. But yeah, honestly, like the whole height, weight, length here is honestly pretty interesting. Like, is it like can it like transform into like a small form and then grow bigger as time goes on, or is it like just like it starts off at 35 meters and then over time it grows to 120 meters? Like, if that's the case, then that's pretty cool. I like that. Um, the abilities here are very much well explained. For the most part, I mean, yeah, when I was reading them, it probably didn't sound too exciting when I was reading it, but the abilities here and the description for those abilities are very like thought out a lot, and just like everything else like that is really cool. So I would say abilities here are very top notch, as well as the stats. The origins of Zogara goes as follows. Found in an underground cave by a historical team off the coast of the northern Greenland. This cave housed the skeletons of knights, and in its steepest location housed a massive crater where Zogara lay. The beast would awaken and teleported to Boston. There it brought destruction as it destroyed buildings and killed civilians. Immune to all weapons, the National Guard were unable to halt its rampage. Zogara would mark a young man by the name of Mako Kruger, turning the young man into his new host. Zogara would break off its attack, moving towards the harbors, before disappearing in the green lightning bolt. Those are directly from what he described in his origins. And honestly, I like the concept. The whole concept of a monster being housed in a cave with amongst a bunch of dead knights is pretty sick. And not to mention the fact that, this is a monster that lay dormant for many centuries, only to be awakened by a couple of people and then teleported to Boston. And not only that, taking control of a man, which is what you expect. I don't know. Overall, I'd say the origins are pretty well thought out, I would say. Um, and also, I would like to point out that when I was reading this whole thing, I've noticed some words that weren't spelled right, so it kind of messed up a bit when I was reading it. So that's why I kind of stumbled upon it on a few places. But overall, when it comes down to it, the origins are pretty good for the most part. All right, so when it comes to Zagora's design, there it has changed immensely, and this is the final design of Zagora. Now, when it comes to the design here of this monster, as you can see, there are some pretty cool detail here, and what I mean by detail, I mean by from the tail and from the neck, from the armored neck, right there, as you can see. I would say, however, to maybe make the spikes on the bite, the spines on the back, to make them a little bit, to make them look less Godzilla 1998 and a bit more just huge, massive spines. And that's pretty much it when it comes down to it. That's the only thing I can really point out. The rest of the body of the monster is pretty well done. The spines here is the only thing that I would say to maybe change up a bit to make them not look like Godzilla 1998 spines. There's nothing really too much to it. I mean, you could kind of keep the whole concept of the spines, but try to make them your own thing, if that makes any sense. Overall, there's nothing really much else to it. The design is pretty cool. I like the whole concept of three eyes and the split jaw right there is what it looks like. And yeah, there's nothing really much else to it. So, what are my final thoughts on Zimzilla's Zogara? Zogara is a pretty neat kaiju, I would have to say. Like, besides all the things that I pointed out, Zagora's a pretty cool monster. And also, Zimzilla's design of the monster as well is actually pretty good in some aspects. It has more of a like simplistic sort of design to it, which I can understand like why he would go for that kind of design. I really do love the whole like thing of the explanation on his abilities and just everything else like that in general is really really cool. The height and everything like that is also pretty good. Um, the only thing I would say is like that was that needs a bit of an upgrade. I would say are the spines on his monster because they have a bit of a sort of Godzilla 1998 sort of esque spines. Um, I would say maybe change up a bit on that. But other than that, though, everything on the monster is really good. The origins are really nice, and just everything about this monster is top notch. So yeah, there's nothing really much else to it. Hope you guys enjoy the video. Once again, leave a like, comment, and subscribe for more videos like this. See you guys in the next one, and sayonara.